Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, the video that I have for you is how I organize my pantry. Now, I just opened up my pantry and just looked inside of it and said, you need to clean this. You need to organize this, Dominique, because this looks like a hot mess. And this is a reflection of your life. And if your pantry looks like a hot mess, that means your life looks like a hot mess. So I organized my pantry and I decided that I would take you guys along with me and show you guys kind of how I, organized my pantry and some tips and tricks that I kind of utilized for a smaller pantry. Now, I don't have like a super big or walk-in pantry or anything like that. It's just a regular old closet pantry, and I do have a lot of food, but not a lot of space. So what I kind of had to do was kind of utilize what I had and kind of make everything kind of fits perfectly to my liking anyways, and kind of make things look a little bit more presentable as far as, when I open the pantry and I like to see what I see, and it's more clean, organized, and much more easier to kind of move around and get to things without having to cluster and, move everything around. And also, I've wanted to share with you a lot of tips and tricks that I kind of had as far as trying to clean out my closet and organize my pantry. And one thing that I wanted to share with you guys before we get started is a DIY project. And I made these really cool Lazy Susans that worked perfectly in my pantry and was able to kind of help, declutter, but still keep things a little bit organized, where I can kind of just see what I needed to potentially get out of my pantry without having everything kind of stacked behind each other, and it would just basically get lost in all the mess. So I wanted to share with you guys how I kind of made my own Lazy Susans. Now, these can run from like 20 to 40 to who knows how much, and I made mine for $3. Yes, girl, I made mine for $3, and I'm going to show you how I made mine for $3. What you're going to need are 2 cake pans, and you're going to need some marbles, like a bag of marbles, and I got all of mine at the Dollar Tree. So what you're gonna do is just pour in your marbles into one cake pan, and then you're gonna place the other cake pan on top of the marbles, and you basically have your Lazy Susan. How easy is that? So all you're gonna do is just put all the stuff that you kind of, use, like your sauces or your vinegars, things like that, and there you have your Lazy Susan. And it's so convenient and so easy to kind of just declutter and still find what you need. So yeah, I hope you guys can be able to kind of utilize this and maybe use this for yourself and save some money while doing it, So that was my little DIY for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and get into my pantry organization. Okay, so here is my pantry door, and as you can see, it's just a regular little closet door. It's not too massive, so I definitely had to work with the space that I have. And yeah, so I don't have too much space, but I do have a lot of food, so I definitely need to organize this and kind of put things in their own little corners, basically. So I couldn't put everything on their own little shelf, so definitely next step was to put everything in their own corners. So moving on, let's just start from the top here. What I have is just some miscellaneous things that I don't use quite that often. I have a picnic basket here that my mother gave to me. I'm not quite sure where she bought that from. And I have a crock pot here that I got from JCPenney. And in the back there, I just have like a glass vase that I use for like putting like little treats and stuff in there. And moving on to this shelf, what I did was I tried to declutter all of my oils, my sauces, my vinegars, and kind of just organize them a little bit better. And I really liked these Lazy Susans that I made, and it's literally, you just put them in and it works so great. And nothing is stacked behind each other. I can just spin it and see what I need, and they work just perfectly and definitely helps with decluttering. So these I thought were such a really great and innovative way to kind of make your own Lazy Susan. So that was really cool. And then here I just have like a little container that I purchased at Target. And this I just put some my onions, garlic, some potatoes. And what I did was, because it was kind of had holes in it, I just lined it with some plastic to kind of catch any fallout from the onions. So that was really helpful as well. And in the back there I just have Nathan's Nesquik and Hershey's. I try to kind of keep those hidden away. You know, those are just for like, he's literally just doesn't want to drink his milk and I need a little bit of help. So those are the ones that I like to use. And then I just have my ketchups in the back there as well. So that is that shelf. And moving on to my second shelf, what I did was just put all my flours and baking goods, protein powders, everything in this corner. And then I just put my breads right here in the front, Nadia's baby food in the back corner, and my teas right here. So what I find that, you know, the fact that I do have a smaller space to work with as far as my pantry, so what I find that was the best way to kind of organize things is to just put them in their own corner. You know, just instead of having everything just so cluttered and everything everywhere, just put them in their own corner, and you know, you're working with what you have. So what I did also was just made these little labels here. Now you can buy these, of course, but you know what? I had some free paper, some free scissors, and some free tape. So I just made my own. And you know what? It worked just perfect. So yeah, I have cane sugar here, and I have some ground flax in the back here, cacao nibs, some coconut sugar, cane sugar, brown sugar, basically, like I said, all my baking needs. And I put them in these little canisters and I labeled them so it'd be a little bit more neater and easier to kind of work with. And in the back I just have some more all-purpose flour. And yeah, so that is that shelf. Really easy, really convenient, and really much less cluttered than it was before. The fact that I have everything kind of sectioned away in their own little part of the shelf that they're sharing here. And here, yeah, I just put in my teas in this little bowl, and I kind of use that also as kind of like a lazy Susan, but it worked pretty much just the same if you were just to use a bowl also. So yeah, and in the back I just have some Teavana, all my teas right there. Okay, so moving on to our next shelf, I have all my cereals, all my grains, all my snacks that I put in this this storage bin right here. And in the back there I have my noodles that I put all my noodles right here in this corner, and my nuts and all my snacks and things also in this little container as well. And what I did was I took all the cereals and everything out of their boxes and I put them in these canisters for not only for like just to keep it fresh, but also to kind of just declutter and make it look a lot more cleaner. Like just to kind of get rid of the boxes really helped with pulling this shelf together and making it look a little bit more neater. And I did the same thing, like right here I have quinoa and I just put the labels on that. And moving this really quick, it's just extra cereals, and then I have the Quaker oats in the back. Basically all my oats, grains, and cereals, rice right here, brown rice, and more cereal. So yeah, that is how I pretty much organized this shelf, and just some granola as well. And I think it looks really great. I pulled it together really nicely, I have to say, especially the fact that, you know, I do have a smaller space and I'm kind of just utilizing what I have here. And like I said, I just kind of find it a little bit, the best way to kind of pull together a smaller space is to put everything in their corners and put everything kind of as neat as you possibly can, especially the canisters help, storage bins help, or any just plastics or like some containers that you don't use. Like this one, it doesn't have a lid, so I lost that lid and I just used it for, you know, putting some extra snacks in there. So yeah, that's this shelf right here. And then finally to the last, just the bottom, I just have the, you know, little extras and miscellaneous things that like I didn't mind putting on the floor. So like an unopened water bottle, that's fine being on the floor. Just Nathan's lunch container, need to wash that. That's fine. And just some little cookie cutter things and Play-Doh. And in here I just have all of Nadia's baby food. I'd like to buy a lot so I don't have to keep running back to the store. So yeah, I bought all of her baby foods in there. And just I buy a big thing of rice in bulk, so that's just extra rice, and then I just kind of put them in the container in the back there, and then I have the rice here. So yeah, that is the finished look. I really like it. I must say that it's way better than it was before, less cluttered and a little bit more organized. And you know what, like I said, you know, you have a smaller space, work with it. And you know, you can definitely make it work to your liking and to your own perfection. And I have to say, honestly, my favorite is this DIY Lazy Susan that I made. This was just super awesome, I'd have to say. So yes, that is my finished pantry that I organized.